on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
It's a great day to be alive at Raising Cane's on this Thursday. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. My name is Ben Brust. Alongside me, the Packer backer and the Packers owner of the show, Kyle Wallace. Say something, Kyle.
My man, quick learner. I love it. It's fantastic. A great day. Great day to be alive, as you say, Ben.
Yeah, just because I had said it right now doesn't mean it is subject to change like it is in my mind.
I love the fact that you're respecting what I want to go by. I appreciate that. That's very PC of you.
Oh, my gosh. You sound like a Gen Zer right now. Brad Nortman, longtime NFL punter in his town, but not his neighborhood of Brookfield in Raising Cane's. Is this all familiar to you, Brad?
I didn't make it to this area of Brookfield much, but, hey, it's Brookfield nonetheless, so it feels good to me. Feels good to me.
This is the part of Brookfield I love. This is like when I grow up in Milwaukee, you go to 124th and Capitol. You're like, okay, I got a lot of different options up here. It feels fresh over here.
Yeah, Brad's like, I don't recognize what's going on.
Yeah, I was mostly in Western
There's no gated
Brookfield.
communities around.
Ain't no gated around here, baby. Right off the freeway. So this is more my hood than yours.
Yes.
No, it's still
Yes.
Brookfield.
No,
I mean,
Brad has nothing to do with this area.
I think that just says your desire to have once been a Brookfield Central.
Let's just say
You
this,
feel
Kyle.
like you want to be a Brookfield person.
He moved more west from here.
Yeah, way west. Way west.
Not
so you
because
can have
there's
an
a-
estate.
Yeah, he needed more space. But no, honestly, I love the fact that we're right here once again in the community in back-to-back weeks.
800-990-3776 is the number to get into the show. You can see us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. And, you know, we had a one-year anniversary of Kyle, Brust, and Nortman yesterday. And I quite honestly don't remember the day after our one-year anniversary celebrating Brad Nortman's birthday, as he is how old today?
I'm 35.
Ooh.
35. I'm not going to lie. I woke up and I'm like, dang, I'm halfway between 30 and 40.
Yeah,
Ooh,
every
that's a
second
feeling
that
right
goes
there.
by, you're closer to 40 than
I
you were
do.
35 or
I know.
30.
I do feel just a little bit older. Definitely, when you said a great day to be alive on this Thursday, that rang even more true for me today. So thank you. But you know what? I got kind of a bone to pick with you guys.
Wait a minute now.
This is
Hold on.
Listen. So I wake up to an avalanche of texts, right? An avalanche of texts, a tidal wave, if you will, of texts.
Cool,
and they've been coming nonstop all day, baby. You know what I don't hear from? I don't hear from my KBN family. So I'm thinking to myself, maybe they need a nudge. Maybe they need a little bit of a reminder. So we're texting ideas to one another for the show, as we always do. So it's a normal day for everybody else in KBN when it comes to our little show. And I say, okay, I like the ideas that are thrown around. And I say something to the effect of, hey, you know how you're showing age is when the top of my birthday list is a leaf blower. And I thought that was good content because I feel like your desire for gifts really reveal your age. And even then, only one person texted me happy birthday. What's wrong with you guys?
Brett, I'm so sorry.
I am not
crazy.
sorry at all. You're
I
being a
didn't-
birthday diva right now. We're literally in person, and to the KBN Nation and the audience, I started off the show by saying, it's Brad's birthday. Happy birthday, Brad.
But why didn't you text me in the morning?
Brett,
I nudged
I ain't
it.
gonna lie to
You
you,
sound like a girlfriend or two that I broke up with because they were a little needy.
You forgot my birthday.
I forgot your birthday. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
well
lie.
then- and then it got worse.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. How did it get worse?
Because I walked into our show prep meeting and everyone's like, hey,
you're right.
happy birthday, happy birthday. So at least I did feel a little bit better. I'm like, oh, these people do care
I
about
don't even think
me.
I did that.
They care about I think you clapped once or twice.
You were
and
looking.
then I was looking for it. I was
Okay,
fishing
well,
for
here's
it.
the thing.
But then Kyle goes, oh, today's your birthday? I thought it was tomorrow. Oh, snap. I would have got you a card. And I was like, Kyle, just stop. Just stop.
Were you expecting gifts from us?
No.
Good.
Just like verbal gifts. How about that?
No, I legitimately, because this is like, my lady's birthday is coming up pretty soon. I have a cousin whose birthday is today, and I need to go car shopping.
Did you wish your cousin happy birthday?
Kyle.
Honestly, I only did it after you came into the room and said happy birthday. I said, let me go ahead and not make this mistake twice. So I
Okay.
went on the gram and I wished him a happy birthday.
Wait, you didn't
But
text him?
I did it on Instagram.
Do you
I was
have his
finding
number?
story. He posted, or he you have stories of people saying happy birthday, and so I replied to somebody else telling him happy birthday. Happy birthday!
Do you have his cell number?
So I do, but I gotta find. I don't save numbers, so I gotta find it. It's a whole thing. These kids change the number too dang much, so I had to find his phone number. But happy birthday, Brad. I apologize.
Thank you.
Maybe next
That's
year.
all right. Yeah, maybe next year. And just remember, when we celebrate our 2nd anniversary, it's the day after, guys.
Yeah.
day after.
I'll have next year. 2025 is my year.
Yeah. Well,
I hate to break it to you, Brad, but like birthdays after 30 are they're worthless.
well, that's but
You're just getting closer to the end of time.
if there is one to celebrate, it's 35. So you guys missed your opportunity to celebrate the only one that feels.
Ray says happy birthday, Brad. 800-990-3776, halfway to 70 with a heart.
Oh wow! Now that's not the reality check I needed. Halfway to 70.
Yeah, let's make the
Dang.
next 35 as good as the first 35.
First 35 are pretty good.
Yeah, it
I
seemed
don't
like
know.
it. You
A lot of
made-
second places in there.
Yeah. Maybe some first places along the way would make the next 35 pretty great.
I'd rather have second place than no place at all.
But maybe reflecting my age of a 35-year-old is, you're always asked like, what do you want for your birthday? And I was thinking about it, and the one thing that I really have passion for, that I really want, that's arriving tonight, baby, tonight, is a leaf blower. It's a leaf blower. Cool. I am so excited for this leaf blower to arrive, and it just cements my feeling that I'm old. Like I'm legitimately excited to
Out of all
unbox
things,
my leaf blower.
But out of all things, a leaf blower is what you asked Lexi for this, or you bought yourself a gift, or you asked your parents. Like, who did you ask for this leaf blower?
We've gotten to the point. It's a nice leaf blower too. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, well, okay.
it's
I
one of
thought
the,
you guys were romantic. Don't tell me you tell each other what to get.
Well, so Lexi did get me something. I didn't tell her anything to get me, so she went out and bought something on her own, and she wrapped it up. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna open it up tonight. But like our parents. Our parents.
You're a healthy, active male, huh?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that's true. But beyond that, like our parents asked, "What do you want?" They just give us money to basically put toward items, and this is one of the items that.
Wait
I
a
put
second. Shouldn't you be giving your parents money?
Why would I
Take
do
care
that?
of them.
It's my birthday. Yeah, on their birthdays, I give them a gift
No,
in Christmas.
I like that. You did the right thing.
Yeah, so everyone gets a little bit of ownership of this gift that is a pretty elite leaf blower.
Now, why do you need an elite leaf blower? Aren't you just blowing leaves into other people's yards?
And why
In
do
the
you need a
street?
leaf blower? You have a lawn guy.
I do have a lawn guy, and he himself has a leaf blower. But I
Oh,
found
he got the backpack one.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's like
Looks like
something
he's gonna fly into
it's
space.
like a Ghostbuster thing. It's unbelievable. I have found that a leaf blower is incredibly valuable around the house. I'm like,
Excuse me?
Like think about
Inside the house?
No, not inside the
Okay.
house, but around the house. Around the house. Like whenever just stuff builds up around the house, you just that leaf blower blows it all out of there. The garage, guys, I used to sweep the garage. You just gotta take a leaf blower and just blow that stuff all right out of the 3-car garage. You gotta do it. Get it all out of there.
I don't think I've
three-car
seen
garage.
Have you
Thanks
seen
for-
Brad this excited in your
I
life?
have not seen him this excited for a leaf blower. And I understand the older you get, the more excited you get for tools. But, like, out of all things, you're not talking about, like, getting, like, an electronic, screwdriver or something that's really cool. You're talking about a leaf blower.
Another cool way to use a leaf blower is when leaves fall and end up going into your gutter. You go up outside the window and you get the leaf blower and you blow
Brad,
those leads all out of the gutter.
Brad, you don't
Blow-
need to explain to our audience
blow 'em
how
out
to
of the gutter.
use a leaf blower.
Right, this is you.
There's so many ways to use it. It's
So,
incredibly helpful.
Your birthday is like when you get a wish for a genie, where you get multiple wishes, and you ask the genie, as in your family, for a dang leaf blower. You could have
Yeah.
got a leaf blower anytime, but this is what
He
you wanted for
spends
your birthday.
$500 on sunglasses,
Yeah.
Louis Vuitton wallets.
Yeah.
Now, Strophy, let's put it up on Twitter at KBN ESPN. Is a leaf blower a good gift to give somebody turning 35?
I think that's the best way to even usher in the age of 35. I mean, it's almost like a
that's probably
rite of
right.
passage, getting your first leaf blower.
So,
at age 35, just
I
feels
love
appropriate.
my leaf blower.
Oh,
I'm with
so
you.
you know.
I know, but like, I'm also disappointed that you have waited till 35 to get a leaf blower. But also, this takes me back to Father's Day, when essentially the gift that I got for Father's Day was a gift for not me, but more for my fiance, and it was a hedge trimmer. And I ain't even got a ton of damn bushes. I've used the hedge trimmer one time this summer, and the bushes haven't grown back to have to use it, and we're already into September.
Wow. That's at least
She
you
got
it.
the gift for her.
That's hilarious. You only used it once.
I've used it once.
That's funny. How did it work when he used it though? Pretty great. Worth the gift?
No, it wasn't worth it.
It wasn't worth the gift, but did it work? Yes, it's a hedge trimmer.
A tool that I have had that if I didn't have now I would certainly get would be a weed whacker. A weed whacker is pretty great.
Why don't you just buy this? They're not expensive.
Well, I will
Brad.
say
The lawn guy takes care of
the
that.
leaf blower has been on. It has been like in my Amazon cart for a longer than like 9 months.
Dang.
Like 9 months. I've just been like, I don't really need it.
How long do you guys sit on purchases?
This sounds like a toy to me. This is like a necessity.
But it's gonna make my life a whole lot more
Can
convenient.
I see your Amazon buy later? Save
Oh
for later?
my! There's hundreds of things in there.
What are you waiting
Hundreds.
for? A Christmas bonus?
Well, see, some of it is like in the moment it sounded good, but then you get over it. I usually try to give myself especially if it's a bigger. This is kind of a bigger purchase, I suppose. You give myself 24 hours to think about it. If I'm still as passionate about it, then I'll get it.
Can I ask you, why did you need an industrial leaf blower for your garage? Because you said you didn't really talk about blowing leaves out your yard because that's what you hire your guy
Yeah,
to do.
and he picks them up too.
So what is the point of you having you couldn't just get a cheap one from like Ace Hardware?
Here's what I will say too. Well, I used to sweep out the garage. It's very manual labor sweeping out the garage. Now you just take a leaf blower and you just blow all the stuff out of there. Here's the other thing about my lawn guy. Love my lawn guy, but. The tractor he uses, that's like commercial grade tractor stuff. And so he's blowing lawn clippings like into our back patio because this thing is so strong. So all the time I got to just move all the stuff, sweep it out. Now,
Your life is so hard.
Now going forward, I'm just going to take this leaf blower, I'm going to fire it up, I'm going to put it on turbo mode and just get those grass clippings all out of there. I'm going to feel like
Seems excessive. Seems like you spent too much money on that when you had other necessities
Man,
around the
I'm
house
kind
like
of grumpy
Brian.
right now for some reason listening to
Because he
this
makes
first
us feel
world.
more poor.
Right,
We
but
feel
that's
more-
what
talk
I'm
about
saying.
His 3-car garage, this dude that cuts
we did the
his
remote
estate.
in my
I'm trying
house.
to say it's a lot of square footage.
Yeah, well, we did the remote broadcast on my house last Friday leading into the Green Bay Packers and Philadelphia Eagles game. And Kyle, you came a little later, but there was two people around before the show. We were burying the time capsule of what we predicted for the Green Bay Packers season that we won't be unveiling until February. I felt so sad giving Brad a tour.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
your house is beautiful. What are you
Oh,
talking
shut
about?
up,
No, it
Brad.
is. I love your
The
house.
size of my house is the size of your family room.
Brad's not welcome at
No,
my house.
it's beautiful.
The last thing I'm going to have
See,
you do is
even
walk-
the way you said it's
It's
beautiful,
beautiful.
it's still condescending.
It is beautiful. It's a lovely home.
I don't want Brad to walk in my house and say, oh, this is it? Yeah, this is it, Brad. You can see everywhere from here. Thank you. Thank you.
No, I would never do that. You guys are.
Him and Lexi will leave
You guys
like
have
your
built
guy-
beautiful homes, but built a beautiful home for your families, and
We ain't build them. You built your home. We had to buy homes that were built already. Happy birthday, jerk.
Nope, before we even thought of.
800-990-3776. Wishy-washy right now is how I feel about my relationship with Brad Nortman.
No, guys, I love you guys. This isn't even the Kyle Love like that.
No, but he's
I
doing
love
the
you guys.
thing.
No.
Last 2 weeks ago you did the thing where you kept talking and made it worse,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Last week I did the thing where I kept talking and made it worse. The more you try and make us feel good about our situation in comparison to the 8,000 square foot, 800,000 square foot home you got in Oconomowoc is not helping right now.
Yeah.
I do want to get to Jen Latta of Jen, Gave, and Chewy, who joined Wisconsin's Morning News. She's very connected, Jen Latta. She works for the big ESPN. The ESPN. College Game Day, you'll hear her. Very connected, and she's been talking to people about Malik Willis, right? And it seems as if we could confidently say Malik Willis will be the starting quarterback on Sunday for the Green Bay Packers. We're going to hear from Jen Latta because Kyle Wallace has been Mr. Optimistic for these Green Bay Packers. I want to hear from Jen Latta next and get the reaction of our Packer backer and Packer owner, Kyle Wallace, next. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from Raising Cane's.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
He is now off his rocker saying it. Well, if I played...
Choke artist. Choke artist, choke artist, choke artist. That's what you both are. Yeah, I said it. You both are choke artists.
Losers, choke artists.
That's what you are. You
frauds,
choked against
what else are
TCU.
we?
You choked against Oregon. You choked against Kentucky. Y'all choked against Duke. I can keep going.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Even when you think you know what's going on.
That's big, really big. This September, Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is handing out a cool $1 million, and you've got a shot at winning your share. The big $1 million giveaway is here. Just play with your rewards card and you're entered to win. Couldn't be easier and couldn't be bigger. No wonder it's called the Big One. For more details, visit paysbig.com/big one. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tosher here for my friends at Kohler Services. If you need a bath or shower remodel, turn to Kohler Services. Family-owned business for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get $1,000 off and 0% interest for 12 months on your Lugstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast, professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
The host might be irrelevant, but the conversations aren't.
Cowbell. Is that what you said, Joshy? Cowbell? Bell cow? It's cowbell.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe, presented by Door County Distillery.
A bell cow is literally
a cow that wears a bell?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe, presented by Door County Distillery. Live on ESPN Madison's YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And available wherever you get your podcasts.
Jeff Levering here. How are baseball and Pella windows and doors of Wisconsin alike? Pella manufactures all their own products. Baseball teams develop their own players in the minors. Pella tests every product thousands of times to ensure it stands the test of time. A baseball player's ultimate test is to get called up to the big leagues, hoping to play well enough to stay. Right now at Pella, get as low as $18 per window and $81 per patio door per month. Certain restrictions apply. It ends September 30th. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owned. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
With NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, you can watch every game, every Sunday, all in one place. Which means you can watch the Dolphins, and the Broncos, and the Lions, and the Cowboys, and the Jets. Or whoever you're rooting for, all in your living room. But not literally, of course. That would be dangerous. Watch every game, every Sunday with NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV. Sign up at youtube.com/NFLST. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games.
When your job demands more than just hard work, trust Timberland Pro, the brand that defines superior comfort, performance, and durability. Built on a legacy of craftsmanship, Timberland Pro provides boots and apparel that stand up to the toughest challenges. Our products are as resilient as the skilled men and women who wear them. From the workshop to the job site, Timberland Pro is there with you every step of the way, blending innovation with time-tested quality. Discover why professionals choose Timberland Pro. Always do, never done. Visit timberlandpro.com or your local Timberland Pro dealer.
Football fans, tailgating season is here. There's no better way to celebrate football being back than with Boda Box Wine. Boda Box is giving away tickets to 2 separate winners for a VIP Green Bay game day and tailgate party experience for the November 24th game against San Francisco. Fans, enter by scanning the QR code posted at participating Boda Box retailers in Wisconsin through October 30th. Winners will be announced on November the 1st. Please drink responsibly. Must be 21 years or older to enter. Boda Box Vineyards, Manteca, California. Visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com for more details.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, brought to you by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL, on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Brust, Kyle Wallace, and the birthday boy Brad Nortman, live with you from Raising Cane's in Brookfield. We'll be eating some food at some point throughout the show.
Oh, I can't wait.
I'll tell you what, Cane's was clutch the other day when I was driving back from Memorial Day. I had to stop in St. Louis to put the baby down before we did the 4 hours back, and I hammered some Raising Cane's after a 6-hour drive. Let me just say you that much. And I'll be doing the same, bringing it home to the fiance and the baby girl. We'll be eating. You can see the great food and try it out for yourself by coming on down. We're off Capitol Drive here in Brookfield, a great brand new location as people are swinging in and out all day at this wonderful location. 800-990-3776 is the ESPN Wisconsin Talking text line. Alex Strofe running the show back at the Gruber Lofts is one call. That's all studios. Saw David running around the streets of Milwaukee today. Randomly ran into David. Just
Really?
the man of the people. Strophe, I do want to hear from Jen Latta, though, because Jen Latta joined Wisconsin's Morning News, and she's got sources. She's been fielding some information about the starting quarterback this week for the Green Bay Packers, likely, Malik Willis. Let's hear from Jen Latta on Wisconsin's Morning News on her sister station, 620 WTMJ.
So here's what I got when I was talking to folks around the Tennessee program. He's a great kid, well-meaning and polite, soft-spoken.
I'm not interested in any of those 100%. Things right now.
But have you ever? Are you familiar with the compliment sandwich?
Yes, right. Yes. However,
right. Hear me out. Struggles with football. That is an actual sentence I was given by someone who is familiar with his game. Struggles with football. Has issues diagnosing what is happening in front of him. Struggles to operate. Takes a lot of unnecessary sacks. He had never called plays in a huddle before he came to the NFL. The center for the Tennessee Titans, the center on the offensive line, guys, was calling plays for a stretch when Malik Willis was called into duty.
Oh, hell no. I mean, that was my first time digging into this audio from Jen Latta, but I mean, it just affirms everything I've been scared of. I think my mindset as it's come to Malik Willis is like, I know he's bad, but I also don't want to dig in and find out just how bad. Kyle Wallace, you are the most optimistic person, and the last person I thought that would be optimistic after the Jordan Love injury. I know he's coming back, right?
Yep.
It's not season-ending. But at the same time, when you hear that, what is your reaction?
I mean, obviously, when I first heard it, I was a little puzzled by it. I was puzzled by the fact that he didn't call his own plays. I was also puzzled by the fact that it just seemed as if they weren't confident in him. And I was also told that the Titans are hoping that the quarterback they face against next week, as the Green Bay Packers play the Titans next week, is Malik Willis. Now, here's the thing. I don't care what Tennessee got to say. Tennessee ain't had no type of quarterback play that's been positive since the year 2000 with Steve McNair. So they don't know what a good quarterback looks like. So the journalists down there, I don't care what they have to say. The offensive coordinator, and they kept rotating through offensive coordinators for him down there.
One of them being Matt LaFleur.
Well, I don't care what they have to say because they have gone decades without understanding what good QB play looks like. But then on top of that is the fact that Malik Willis hasn't had the opportunity to be coached up by a coach with the expertise in knowing how to run an offense like Matt LaFleur, a coach like Tom Clements who knows. A coach like Tom
building, bro.
What I'm saying is this: is if you hear what Jen just said, them in Tennessee, they absolutely gave up on Malik Willis, and they think it was a Malik Willis issue. But when I look at Will Levis, I don't think they have the solution there with Will Levis. When I look at Ryan Tannehill, they were just maintaining. Right. He was just a game manager. So Tennessee, I don't care what Tennessee has to say. I trust in Matt LaFleur and Tom Cummins to get it right.
Okay, so you manage people at our company, right?
I sure do.
And if somebody comes from an organization that you feel as if there is a bad structure and they don't set their people up for success, and they come to work for you, do you think within 2 weeks they'll be humming at a level where you think they're going to be productive and play at a high enough level to help them win an NFL football game or whatever the standard would be of like somebody who's been in radio for 10 years and a seasoned vet that you would need to maybe salvage a couple wins?
I'm not looking for that. I'm not looking for somebody who can come in and feel like a seasoned vet. I'm looking for Matt LaFleur to devise a plan, a game plan, understanding what he has, what he's dealing with. If we're looking for Malik Willis to go out there and play like some stud or believe that Malik Willis is going to lead this team to victory, the Packers ain't going to win that game on Sunday. But if you're looking for Malik Willis to simply do this, set hike and hand the ball off, set hike and play action fake and dink it off. If you're expecting him to do more than just be a game manager, you are going to lose that football game if that's your game plan.
Brad, please shed some light into the positivity that feels very flawed.
Yeah, When I heard this, I was freaking out a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
Not on your birthday.
Yeah, I mean, I was, though. I'm freaking out for the Green Bay Packers because, guys, have you ever heard the phrase, the best laid plans of mice and men often go awry? That's what I thought of when I thought of this. I think the plan for Malik Willis went terribly awry, and here's where I say that. I think when they acquired Malik Willis in the end of August, they thought to themselves, hey, we got ourselves a guy who's got a high ceiling. Okay, there's a lot to like, a lot of attributes. Athletic, strong arm, good dude. From all accounts, he's a leader and a great guy. So it's like, great, we're going to bring him into Green Bay, and we're going to nurture him. We're going to grow him. We're going to develop him to be a great backup quarterback. Maybe even better than that, we can trade him someday. It happened way too quickly. I think, obviously, as part of a backup quarterback, you know that they have to be ready when the starter goes down, but you never really think the starter is going to go down. I don't think Goody truly anticipated for Jordan Love to go down and to actually put Malik Willis in the fire so quickly. And because of that, I think the plan was, let's bring him in here, let's bury him, let's develop him, and then someday he's going to be a good quarterback. But
for somebody else.
For somebody else. And maybe if he has to fill in week 16, he's more prepared. But week 2, week 3, after being here for 2 weeks, I think they took on a project, a development, and now that development has to be polished quickly, and I don't think it's going to be polished in time.
800-990-3776. After listening to Jen Latta, what the hell are you thinking after listening to that audio?
No, I mean, listen,
you have to be less optimistic than you were yesterday.
No, listen, I'm keeping it real. When I heard it, I was like, whoa, that doesn't sound great. But then on top of that,
he of course, struggles with football.
Yeah,
Did you know that they play football?
Time out, but what Tennessee quarterback has not struggled with football over the last 20 years? I'm dead serious.
Recall freaking plays. Do you know?
That's concerning.
Brad,
that is concerning.
Can you please
I don't want
shed
Josh
some
Meyer
light? I don't know what style of offense that you ran in Carolina and Jacksonville, but what I do know about the McVay, Shanahan, McDaniel offense, I mean, there is a plethora of different things that they have to communicate with the offensive line, with the wide receivers, protections. Like, there's 2 plays sometimes for these guys to check out to. There's no way there. I mean, we never heard Jordan Love say, can, which means he taps his head and they go to the second play.
Oh, you saw Aaron Rodgers do that on
They ain't going to be no can today. It's just, please, can you not suck?
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to playing quarterback in the NFL, it doesn't even matter the system. And the LaFleur, Shanahan, McVay system is pretty quarterback friendly, but there's still a lot going on. So no matter what the system is, no matter even what level, high school, college, NFL, the quarterback is the focal point. They are the general, and they are the conductor of the orchestra. You got to know where everybody is at every given time and read the defense and do so much to coordinate everyone in their position. If you can't do that, the offense will struggle.
Well, there is no way. This would be malpractice by the Green Bay Packers and by Matt LaFleur. If what Jen is saying, the Packers are experienced right now. Like, he does not know football. He is not coachable. He cannot remember the plays. They're struggling where you don't have faith in him to go out there in 2 weeks to learn this playbook and be able to execute a game plan, the game plan that you lay out specifically for him. Then it would be malpractice if they let him trot on that field. It should be Sean Clifford. If he can't call the plays, if he can't run the offense, if you can't have confidence in order to work with him.
You put Sean Clifford out there, the league's done.
But no,
he's going to lose all confidence.
Yeah.
He's already picked ahead of Sean Clifford in terms of where he was drafted. He competed for a quarterback position in Tennessee. You traded an asset to bring him in, and now he's like, all right, hang out in the back.
Why is it not okay to say, hey, listen, you're not ready? But what I'm saying is, you can tell somebody, hey, you just got here. You can rationalize and say, you just got here. Obviously, you're struggling and trying to comprehend this right now. It's just too soon. Let's try to figure it out. We're going to have Sean go out there and be the quarterback, but we're going to kind of get you ready so you're good to go in Tennessee. But if he cannot comprehend the offense, if he cannot call the plays, if he cannot he doesn't have to do much checks, but if he can't just do the simple things you need in order for a quarterback to go out there and be successful, then he should not be trotted out there on Sunday. Because he may be more talented than Sean Clifford, but if you don't know the plays, that's going to be disaster when it's time to execute on the field.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm going to find out how smart or dumb I really am, because Ron the Key chimes in, 800-990-3776. Ben, doesn't the betting line confuse the hell out of you? like if we don't bet Indy on Monday, we'll be screaming at ourselves for not taking the free money. As I've discussed and as we've learned on this program, Brad Nortman and Kyle Wallace went to Potawatomi Casino Hotel when we were live there last week and placed some futures. And I heard Kyle say,
easy money.
There is no such thing as easy money, but I feel as if there is value in fading Malik Willis right now. I really do, because even if you're able to utilize your playmakers in Jaden Reed and Christian Watson and Josh Jacobs from a rushing standpoint, I like the Packers had 7 plays of over 20-plus yards, the most in week 1. I'd be praying for one pass play for over 20-plus yards. Like one.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, I am going to take Indianapolis -3. I'm going to, and I'm either going to be happily right of collecting my money or happily wrong and thinking, look, this Green Bay Packers team is everything that Kyle said, right? There's more to this team than just Jordan Love, but I'm having a hard time believing that when even Jordan Love last year started 2-5, and he wasn't even a proven concept, who became closer to that proven concept if you gave him franchise quarterback money, but Malik Willis.
It's not as bad as it sounds.
If Malik Willis can be a capable quarterback, I mean, not great, not good, just capable, Matt LaFleur deserves to be in the conversation for one of the best offensive minds in football, if not one of the best head coaches, because that would be an incredible feat. This raw, new talent, he's only been in the building for 2 weeks, to grasp a new playbook and execute it in a real game on Sunday, that is just a tall task. I would bet Matt LaFleur is steaming a little bit at Brian Gutekunst for the deal that he got with this backup quarterback.
No, he knew what it was. They knew exactly the way that they were going to go about this, right? They knew that
it just didn't go according to plan.
They didn't have they weren't going to spend money on a backup quarterback. They knew Michael Pratt wasn't going to be the guy, so they let him go. And they knew Sean Clifford wasn't going to be the guy they could trust. And so I honestly think that Malik Willis probably is more that Matt LaFleur is more optimistic about Malik Willis because there's so much unknown with him and untapped potential.
I have a hard time believing a head coach is really looking forward to the unknown, but
potential.
That's just me. That's just me. When his job is to win football games, he's going to be hoping and praying like he was with Anders Carlson kicking field goals. That's the way I feel like Matt LaFleur is going to be going out there. But that's Kyle Wall's perspectives. That's mine.
It's a great storyline for Sunday.
Vet in Brad Nortman. We haven't heard much from Alex Strofe yet. He hates when we go on remote broadcasts. You know why? Because he likes seeing us, and he likes seeing Brad and Kyle, and he kind of likes seeing me. But we get to hear from him in the greatest segment of our show. Dang it. Next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
He was the lead in the girls softball movie, the Bernstein Bears. What's it called?
800
what?
990
Tom Hanks, that movie. There's no crying in baseball. What was it?
That was A League of Their Own.
Yeah. Not Bad News Bears.
The Bernstein Bears, like the book.
Bernstein Bears. Bro, you're done.
On ESPN Wisconsin and OnDemand.com.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison, home of the Big Win and Madison Casino Guru, is transforming guests into winners. Making an ordinary day into a big win day is easy with a 95% average payout. And with over 140 daily jackpots, the number of people winning has never been bigger. So what are you waiting for? Escape to Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison for your next big win.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. I joined the Princeton Club because I was looking for a place I could invest in my health, and the environment and the community I have felt has made it so easy for me to incorporate it into my everyday life. It doesn't matter where you're at in your fitness journey because they have something to offer everyone. It also goes beyond fitness. From the moment you walk in the club to the moment you walk out, there is a togetherness felt throughout the members and staff that keeps you going for your better tomorrow. Don't wait any longer and get started on your fitness journey today at PrincetonClub.net. That's PrincetonClub.net.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Hey, it's Jesse Nelson. Every Tuesday at 12:30, streaming live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Don't miss the ESPN Wisconsin Media Poll Rankings Reveal Show. We unveil the top 10 teams in the large division and small division all around the state. That's every Tuesday at 12:30, streaming live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. The ESPN Wisconsin Media Poll Rankings Reveal Show.
Panic strikes as you realize on Wednesday that Thursday is your anniversary. The reservations being secured.
We'll see you at 8.
The gift being purchased. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with early pay up to 2 days early on direct deposits. So even though they call you Last Minute Lisa, we'll make your last minute scrambling a bit easier. You've got this with early pay from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Getting 10% back is easy at Fleet Farm. For a limited time only, Fleet Rewards members can earn 10% back in-store and online. Spend $50, get $5 back in rewards. No rebates, no coupons, no hassles. Plus, Fleet Rewards membership is free. So if you're not signed up yet, now's the time. Then get shopping to earn 10% back on everything you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm. Some exclusions apply. Not valid at Ankeny and Waukee, Iowa stores.
The Jones family has its rules, just like any other family. Only difference is, ours are about making the best tasting, highest quality breakfast sausage you can buy. One of our rules, we only use all natural ingredients. It's a mandate we've followed since the 1840s, and we'll continue to do so for generations to come. Right here in Fort Atkinson. I'm Philip Jones. To learn more about the rules that make sure my family provides your family with the best tasting, highest quality breakfast sausage, visit jonesdairyfarm.com.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Welcome back.
Canes in Brookfield, it's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, birthday boy Brad Nortman. Make sure you send him some nice well wishes at 800-990-3776. He's really excited for his leaf blower that's being delivered tonight for his 35th birthday. You, KBN Nation, can get into the show at 800-990-3776 or watch us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee or at ESPN Madison. Strofe's going to turn on his camera, and he's going to run the next segment here.
Hey, Mr. Irrelevant, it's time to become relevant. Strofe's time to shine on KBN starts now.
And unfortunately, my camera isn't working, so I will not be turning it on here.
Ah, damn, I was just looking for you.
Sorry, pal, this pretty face is off limits today, but speaking of me, went up to my car last night after work, fellas. Had the following note on my windshield. Don't park like a dumbass, underlined.
Oh,
stay in the lines. I was barely over the line, if at all. This person must have just had a bad day. But nonetheless. Have you ever received a note for your parking? Have you ever left a note for your parking? Or others' parking?
I think I've been the jerk that's left a note before.
Why does that not
it was so egregious. It was so egregiously bad. That person needed to get the note to do the self-realization, right? If you were barely over, I get it. Sometimes that happens, but when you have 2 wheels over the line and it's a tight parking lot and people are looking for spots to go, you're just being a jack. And I gotta let you know, and it's the same way that we've talked about letting people know when they're bad drivers. Tausch said he likes to give a sarcastic thumbs up. I know Alex Strofe sides with that. I like a good thumbs down, and if I'm really heated, I will flip a bird every now and again. I like to make sure that I'm tougher and stronger than that person before I flick them
Smart
off.
move, smart move.
Gotta check that first.
Gotta check that. But yeah, I mean, you gotta let people know when they're stupid. Otherwise, no one's gonna hold them accountable.
Yeah, I've never written nor received a note like this. To actually write it out, to take the time, to find a piece of paper, to find a pen, write it. I even saw a picture of your note. It was underlined. Dumbass was underlined, and then put it on there.
Thank God somebody told him.
It just takes a certain level of commitment that I'm like, who has time for that? That is just a wild level of commitment to just bringing somebody down. Now, I get it. Now, Ben, it sounds like your situation was egregious, but I'll just, whether it be on the road or in a parking lot, I'll just give him a look of disappointment. Shake my head.
Yeah, this Strofe. You should be ashamed of your parking job.
Why?
Definitely,
it wasn't even bad, Kyle. It wasn't even bad.
When you're on the line, it messes up everything for everybody else.
The
other people
cars
also.
on both of my sides were also over the line.
Well, because I'm telling you,
that's
it's
why
a
I had to be in the middle
domino effect.
over the line.
It's a domino effect. No, so that's the thing. It wasn't your fault.
Gen Z doesn't know how to take ownership for anything.
But also, I just think it's a waste of. It's a waste of time doing that.
Kid.
No, and I feel you. I'm right with Brad. I think it's stupid for somebody to take the time to write a note. Let it be. Say what you have to say to yourself and keep it moving.
So Ben, why have you written notes? Have you done it more than once?
Just once. Just once. It was in Madison like 5 years ago.
Was it deserved?
Have you ever parked bad?
Huh?
Have you ever been the person who parked over the line?
For sure.
Yeah.
I've been
that's
taking ownership. I've been the douche before, so it takes a douche to know a douche.
If you see that you're parking bad, do you get out of your car and repark, or just
Depends
go?
on where. Depends on where.
I'll always repark.
Yeah, I'll repark
always repark, and I say,
so
the car next to me caused this.
I'm glad you asked that question, because when I was leaving work yesterday, I was going to Potawatomi to go see Benny, Jen Latta, and Greg Matzik during the Weekly Wager last night, 6 to 7 on Wednesdays on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. And I parked over the line at Pato, probably worse than I did at work. And I didn't repark it. I was like, you know what? I already got one note. Let's see if I can get two.
So that was your car that I saw when I left the remote.
No, because I left before you.
I know. I saw one as well as I was walking to my car. I was like, damn, that's bad.
But Pato's parking garage is massive. It's
very
super
massive.
convenient.
A
So
lot of
like, I
space.
don't know if parking bad at Pato would have the same effect as a tight parking garage like you guys are describing. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think I was deserving of being called an underlined dumbass, but that's neither here nor there.
Did you park on the line?
Maybe it had nothing to do with the parking. Maybe somebody knew you and wanted to send a message. I wrote the note.
Underline. See, so that's what I was trying to see, and I'm wondering if now we say this, if somebody we work with is hearing me say this and was like, "Oh, now I feel bad," because it was just
no, they don't. They're happy.
It was just little dumb stroke.
It rattled.
Yeah, that's fair. Last one for you fellas, Thursday Night Football tonight. Actually a good one on Thursday Night Football. Wild concept. Buffalo Bills 1-0 at Miami Dolphins, also 1-0. Battle in the AFC East. Who do you like in this one?
It's at Miami, I believe.
Give me the Bills. I'll say it. Josh Allen is a machine. I know it's a new cast of characters, but at the end of the day, the last 5 games against the Dolphins, he's thrown for over 320 yards with a couple 400-yard passing games sprinkled in there. The Miami Dolphins, very, very well known that they struggle against quality teams, so I'll go on history and I'll trust Josh Allen. Give me the Bills, baby. Bills.
I think I like the Dolphins at home. I mean, they are just so high octane.
Raheem Mostert out. Devon Achane questionable. Game time decision. Likely going to play.
Jalen Wright, you'll find out who that is today.
I feel like Josh Allen is bona fide elite. But the rest of the team, I still think they're still figuring it out. They had an exodus of people on offense and defense. It's going to take some time for them to really be able to play a quality opponent. I mean, they almost lost to the Cardinals last week. So
exactly.
To me, I feel like it's the Dolphins, and particularly at home. It's at Buffalo. It's a different story.
Yeah, exactly. The Miami Dolphins are going to show that they're more elite than the Buffalo Bills are. The Bills may, at the end of the season, be a better football team, but Brad, you hit it perfectly. That is a younger.
You call the Dolphins showing themselves as elite? You hate Tua.
I mean, but I don't hate Tua. I just, he's not as good as Jordan
He'd
Love.
like Tua if he was right-handed.
Sure. But no, the Miami Dolphins are definitely going to win this football game today. Is that it, Strofe?
I did say last one for you.
Oh, okay.
And that is it for Becoming Relevant with Alex Strofe. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. It's time now for someone to win a $50 gift card. If you're in the city of Franklin and you have your brother, your sister, your cousin, and your mother ready to call like our one family does, beat them to the punch. Beat them to the punch. Caller 6, caller 9. Caller 6, you're going to get a category from Alex Strofe. There's an over-under set with that. We have to get over the number that Alex Strofe sets. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman. We team up, get 10 guesses in that category, as many right answers as possible. Somebody's walking away with a $50 gift card. It's that simple.
I'm filled up with food right now, so I'm good to go.
800-990-3776. 800-990-3776. Caller 6, caller 9. Over under. Coming up next on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Oh, no, not Coach Booty. People said yes, good riddance. He didn't do enough.
Not Coach Bud, but
Coach Booty. They call him Booty, Bud? Did
they call him
Coach
Booty?
Bud. You know when I said Booty.
Only his friends call him
when
Booty.
I said
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Business owners, athletic directors, and coaches, huddle up. Chesman Lucy here. Did you know that you can outfit your business or school in Iron Jock apparel? Premium gear infused with world-class silver ion technology for permanent odor protection at a wholesale price that no one else can touch. Anti-static, 4-way stretch, wicking, cooling, and Iron Jock doesn't sell cheap cottons that shrink and fade. You'll love it. Get started at ironjock.com and click on Order My Gear. That's ironjoc.com. Order My Gear.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Riley Yauk. Offensive coordinator Phil Longo spoke with the media on Monday and acknowledged while the Badgers haven't been as dynamic as many would want, ultimately the goal is winning.
It can be disappointing sometimes when you're not laying 45 on the board every week, but the focus is doing what we have to do to win each individual game. Nothing replaces winning, and if we're going to be a little less explosive or a little more conservative or a little more efficient to win a game, that's what we're going to do.
Get as low as $18 per window and $81 per patio door per month at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Offer on September 30th, so visit PellaWI.com today.
When you're in the right place at the right time, things get done. The important things, like knowing what you need and how it all works. Talking truck. Fixing it right the first time. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, our people get it done right and now. That's how you know you're in the right place at the right time. And you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet.
Sharon needed legal help. She needed Gruber Law Offices.
When I think about Gruber Law Office, I think about how they took care of me, how they make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all. I will always trust one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
They are the best. I'm very happy.
Shower your loved ones in flowers with Feli's Flowers. Voted Best of Madison by People's Choice, Feli's is Madison's award-winning and local florist. Get the perfect gift for your green-thumbed loved ones with their September plant special. 10-inch green plants are on sale for only $39.99. Or show the love year-round with Feli's seasonal planter program, including 3 planters delivered throughout the year, spring, fall, and winter. View their full selection and delivery options at Felis.com. Feli's Flowers, growing locally since 1949.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% when you buy a pallet or more of select concrete mix. And there's more. Save up to 25% when you buy a pallet or more of select drywall panels. Plus, get free same-day delivery to the job site when you order by 2 p.m. Because Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Exclusions apply. See Lowes.com/same-day delivery for details.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, brought to you by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL, on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me.
Live from Raising Cane's, it's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Brust alongside our Packer backer and our Packers owner, Kyle Wallace.
Respect my name. Thank you, sir.
Birthday boy, longtime NFL punter, Super Bowl runner-up, AFC Championship runner-up, Rose Bowl runner-up ×2, and State Championship runner-up. But we celebrate him with only great things today as he turns 35. One of our favorite games to play is always over-under. We toss it to our guy, Alex Strofe.
Will the guys hit the over or will they disappoint? It's time for Over Under on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
The royal family is not represented today.
Oh, no.
We've got two new ones. Caller 6 today, fellas, was John in Janesville. Nice enunciation there. John is on the under. Derek in Wanakee, caller 9, he is on the over. Week 1 of the NFL season is in the books, and it worked out nicely. 10 pass catchers had over 100 yards receiving in Week 1 of the NFL season. I am looking for you guys to name those 10. The over-under is set at 6.5. I need the 10 pass catchers that recorded 100 yards or more in receiving in Week number 1. Your time starts in 3.
I'm sorry, what was the over-under, Stroke?
6.5. 6.5. You need 7 or more.
6.5.
Your time
this
starts
was a weird freaking
in
week.
3, 2, 1.
I know Jameson Williams is one. Jaden Reed, I think, was another one as well. Did Mike Evans had touchdowns?
I know he had touchdowns. Let's just get the ones that we know for sure.
Jaden Reed, we know for sure.
Jaden Reed, final.
Jaden Reed is number 1, 138 yards receiving. He leads the league through 1 week.
Cooper Kupp.
Yep,
Cooper Kupp sure. Final.
Cooper Kupp at 110 yards. He's number 8 on this list.
Tyreek Hill for sure.
Yeah, Tyreek did.
Because of that 80-yard throw, yes. So Tyreek final.
Tyreek Hill is second behind Jaden Reed, 130 yards in Week 1.
Jameson Williams had over 100.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Jameson Williams final. We got a guess. I'm fine with that.
Yep, that's number 4, 121 yards receiving for Jameson Williams.
Ready for this one? I only know this, and I'm lucky because I didn't play him, and I will be playing him tonight. His name is Jalen Waddle. Final answer.
His name is Jalen Waddle. He had 109 yards, number 9 on this list.
2
Nico
minutes.
Collins. Nico.
Oh, good one.
Nico was beast. Final.
That's 6. You need one more, and he was number 6 with 117 yards.
Let's see. Who put up big numbers? Baker Mayfield, Sam
Darnold.
Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin final.
Because
Chris Godwin not on the list.
Oh.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
I know you are.
All right.
Chris Godwin had 83 yards. He had 83 yards.
Yeah, he had a touchdown.
I fell asleep on the Cowboys game. I don't know how CD Lamb did.
CD Lamb did not.
No,
I have no idea.
Did Justin Jefferson with Sam Darnold get that?
I didn't check the stats.
I didn't check. I know he played well, but I don't know if he got to 100. There was some weird target leaders. We know A.J. Brown was under that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
was he? No, I think he had like 108.
Oh, no, I think he had. Are you sure? I think it was 5 for 90 something.
Yeah.
Oh.
Any tight ends?
No, tight ends were. Oh.
1 minute.
No, Isaiah likely had 2 touchdowns, but not 100 yards.
He didn't have a lot of yards. 49ers didn't have anybody. The Seahawks didn't have anybody.
You're just running through divisions in your head right now, Kyle?
I was running through teams in my head.
Nobody from Washington.
Nobody from the Patriots. Nobody from the Bills.
Maybe Mike Evans. Let's write that down.
I don't think anyone from the AFC.
30 seconds.
Holy crap! What's wrong with us?
Man.
Mike Evans final.
Mike Evans only had 61 yards.
Oh, crap.
I mean, St. Brown didn't have a big game.
No, he did not.
Nobody from the Bears.
Let me think here.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Are we sure nobody
6,
from the Saints?
Stephon
5,
Diggs final.
4, 3.
What about the
2,
Shahad dude from the
1.
New Orleans?
Justin Jefferson final.
What was that, Brad? What was the last guess?
Justin Jefferson final.
Also wrong. Ben screwed you guys.
Was it?
Number 3 was Alec Pierce from the Indianapolis Colts. His name was not brought up. 125 yards for Alec Pierce.
I forgot about him.
Number 10 was
that was
Rashee
a
Rice
bomb.
from the Kansas City Chiefs with 103 yards.
Oh.
You missed number 5 and number 7. You said both of their names, and Ben talked you out of both of them. A.J. Brown had 119 yards against the Packers, and Isaiah Likely had 111 yards for the Ravens.
Well, dang.
Nice
I
call
brought
by
up
John in
Likely.
Janesville.
Gosh darn it! I suck.
That's okay. That's okay.
So close. When we were hammering through those first 6,
I know.
We got
well,
this.
you know what I did? I started relaxing. I thought we were just gonna casually start pulling the names out.
Be one of those where like we try to get like 9 or 10.
We did casually pull it out. A.J. Brown.
And Isaiah Likely.
Like I said, you guys brought up A.J. Brown. I shut it down. I brought up Isaiah Likely, and I shut myself down.
Yeah. Dang. That was a good one, though.
Congrats to John in Janesville. I do like that Strophy. I tell you what, you've been keeping me on my toes for Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? And for over-under, I like the week-by-week thing.
Yeah, you can't beat me.
Darn it.
Oh, wow.
You said what?
It's getting
I
a little
said Ben
too
can't beat
Yeah,
me.
he's getting really, 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 really...
Our over-unders have been...
We just
us
got
as a
schooled by
team,
the
I
producer.
can't remember the last time we've lost, except for today.
We just got
we had
schooled
like
by
an
the
8 or
producer.
9.
It's been at least a month since we've lost.
All right, so
over-under.
chill out. You talking about getting schooled by you? Chill out.
Yeah, I'm going to give a shout-out to the Princeton Club right now because whether you are looking to invest in your health or have a place to relax, like we heard from Maddie, our social media correspondent, it is a fantastic place for you. When you think about what they provide, it's something for everybody. They have personal training, weights, workout classes, indoor-outdoor swimming pools, tennis courts, basketball courts. They have Madison locations and a location in New Berlin. And what you need to know is, like, this is a true number. Because there are so many clubs and because they care about you, there's been $1 million been put into the clubs for renovations to make sure, like I always talk about. I don't just say it because like there's meaning behind it. When I say you look around and you see people bringing in new equipment or upgrading the locker rooms, it's happening, and that's what you can be a part of at the Princeton Club. So check it out. I've been a member for over 2.5 years now, and it's been life-changing for me. I also want you to know, from a Madison perspective, they continue to win Best of Madison because they provide a best-in-class service at the Princeton Club. Check them out. You have the courage to go get a tour, and you will find your better tomorrow. Gosh, I hate losing to Strofe. Oh, don't mark that, Strofe. Dang it. LaFleur and Goody, are you upset on how this all played out? Because I'm starting, after hearing Jen Latta earlier in the show, this is garbage. This Green Bay Packers team, if they truly had Super Bowl aspirations, this was an unfair thing to do to all the guys on the roster. I'll tell you why in 2 minutes next.
Score with back-to-school savings at Metro Florida Madison. With 212 new vehicles available, you can get 2 years no-charge maintenance on new vehicles purchased. Qualified buyers can also get 90 days deferred payments. The 2024 Ford F-150 is available with 0.9% APR financing for 66 months, $15.54 per thousand borrowed. If an SUV is more your style, check out the 24 Ford Escape and browse the entire inventory at MetroFloridaMadison.com. That's MetroFloridaMadison.com.
This is Monte Ball.
Monte steps to the right, dashes, reaches, touchdown.
You listen to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin's Road America. The Aaron's Art on Wheels weekend is coming up September 13th through the 15th. That's this weekend. Get your tickets today and check out the full season schedule at roadamerica.com. Only one Green Bay Packers player did not participate in practice today. and it's the same one who did not participate in practice yesterday. And that's starting quarterback Jordan Love. Despite Matt LaFleur, head coach of the Green Bay Packers, saying that Jordan Love still has the door open to potentially play this Sunday against the Indianapolis Colts, it would appear the sprained MCL he suffered in Brazil will keep the quarterback out this weekend. Malik Willis, taking the reps with the ones, expected to get the start for Green Bay on Sunday. That's according to ESPN Bet also, which lists the Packers as 3.5-point underdogs for the home opener of the 2024 regular season. Green Bay Game Day gets it started Sunday morning, taking you up till kickoff right here on 100.5 ESPN, live from Green Bay. Coverage starts at 9 a.m. until noon. Meanwhile, college football, 4th-ranked Alabama visits Wisconsin Saturday at Camp Randall Stadium. ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day, 9 to 11 a.m. Saturday morning, live from Regent Street, getting you ready.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studios in Madison, this is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN. Sponsored by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL. On ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Live from Raising Cane's as Kyle Wallace forgets how to do radio and just walks around like we're not on air. And then he's going to grab the microphone, do the old In the Trenches on 100.5 ESPN Madison with Tarek Sala and Derek Engler, where they just fumble the headphones. That's what you did last remote. I remember at Tsunami Express.
I had to walk around.
And then his
microphone. I had to walk around, boy. I had to stretch out. Just Raising Cane's was delicious, but you got to get your steps in after you eat good like that.
Yeah, he's Kyle Wallace. I'm Ben Brust alongside the birthday boy, Brad Nortman. Send your well wishes at 800-990-3776. And look, I just want to start out by saying I appreciate, and this is not like me being condescending. I do, like a caller said earlier in the week. I really appreciate Kyle Wallace. I appreciate that after Jordan Love went down, and of course he feared season ending, as a lot of people did, and as we get reports that it may not be as long as people were expecting from a Jordan Love 4 to 6 weeks, maybe it's more 2 to 3 weeks, and that's maybe a reason why they didn't go sign a Ryan Tannehill, because it doesn't seem like it's going to be a longer period of time. But this is not okay. Like, the entire offseason, Kyle and every Packer fan and anyone who follows this football team was bullish and optimistic, and yes, he was bullish on purpose because I love using that word, about what this team did at the end of last season. Kyle, this season ended when? Last year.
It ended in the
NFC divisional round against the 49ers, who ended up going to the Super Bowl. You felt, and Packer fans felt, that if they could do the right things in the offseason, where you could get excited about a signing of Xavier McKinney, bringing in a Josh Jacobs, and then building within the draft with a young core, that you could take a next step. Now, yes, all these things were part of the conversation of how we're getting to the point of the Packers continuing to rise. But the kicker in the backup quarterback situation is literally malpractice. Malpractice. Even just grabbing a guy on a practice squad, Braden Narvison, I'm happy for him. He was 3 of 4. But still, I don't think that's good enough. It's not good enough. Because you have another rookie that you rely upon in a year in which you have Super Bowl aspirations. And Malik Willis sucks. He sucks. He's no good. We've heard from Jen Latta. We've heard from enough people to know that if you have high expectations for him, then you're just setting yourself up for failure in what you see on Sunday. And that is on Goody. That is on Goody to set up the team in every way possible for success. You need to have somebody behind Jordan Love that's not coming in with 2 weeks of experience, who wasn't able to even make calls for the team. The center was making calls per Jen Latta. We're the Tennessee Titans. This is pee-wee stuff. We're talking about the National Football League. We're talking about a team that has a ton of talent that made it to the playoffs, and now you're hoping. The amount of times I've heard the word hope and I believe, you don't hope or you don't believe crap that is worth actually knowing, because you don't know, other than the fact that this is going to be a hard task for this Green Bay Packers team to win a football game without Jordan Love. This team should be set up better if Jordan Love was to have a bugaboo, to have somebody fill in to make it feel better than it does now. I am realizing that I'm way too falling for the this is going to be okay, Matt LaFleur's going to scheme. It doesn't matter if the guy can't play football, and he can't. So I'm getting pissed right now because I feel like the Packers are missing an opportunity with Jordan Love being out to salvage this next 3 to 4 games and let him come back at a reasonable time, healthy as ever, and then take off as he was like he did last season.
Well, that felt personal.
Well, it was. I'm not ready to completely declare that Malik Willis can't play football and this is going to be a disaster. Now, all indications would point to that, to where whether it be
because you're soft and you can't put a stance.
Dang, on his birthday?
We haven't even seen
on
him
his birthday?
It's unfair to say he can't play football when we haven't even seen him on Sunday. Now, I don't expect it to go well. I fully expect Monday to say, look, this was as bad as we feared. But until I actually see that, I can't say like Malik Willis stinks and this was a mistake. But if it does go that way, which I think it will, this will show that Brian Gutekunst's arrogance got the best of him this time. I think he was feeling himself, thinking that, shoot, I can go pluck players, I can go draft players late in the round. When you have a backup quarterback, the bare minimum is they need to know the system. They need to be ready to go in and play, and they got to be able to be a Band-Aid, okay? A Band-Aid is not getting stitches, which is going to be a permanent fix. A Band-Aid is something to just stop the bleeding. A Band-Aid needs to get you a win. If you play 3 games, you got to go 1-2. You got to be able to get a win. You have to be the reason. You can't be the reason the team loses. That is the job of a backup quarterback, is to be ready. Nobody expects you to put the team on your back. Nobody expects you to be a superstar. You have to be bare minimum, not the reason why the team loses, and you have to be a bare minimum level of capable. I think Brian Gutekunst looked at Malik Willis and said, here's a guy who's got a big ceiling, a big arm, ton of potential, high former draft pick. They haven't been using him right in Tennessee. I'm going to take the Packers system, and I'm going to shape him over time to be a stud. If he ever fills in for us, at that point, great. If not, we can trade him. The plan just didn't go according to plan. I think Brian Gutekunst couldn't even fathom. I mean, you're exactly right. Couldn't fathom the fact that Jordan Love would be out and that Malik Willis would need to be thrown in there way before he's ready.
Isn't the job of the general manager to prepare for all of these type of scenarios, though? Right?
Well, yeah,
like you're saying, like, oh, he wasn't planning on Jordan Love getting hurt. He's supposed to have a plan if he gets hurt.
Well,
this plan was the worst one possible across the league.
I think there's low ceiling, kind of like high floor backups, and there's high ceiling, low floor backups. This is a high ceiling, low floor backup, and he got greedy.
High ceiling. Yeah. You look at these over-unders and these props for him. He's around 185 total yards.
Yeah, but he has.
That's not a high ceiling.
He has attributes that you can't coach. So if you can develop him, like the Packers can develop him, he could be something. The problem is this happened way too soon. Goody didn't see it coming. He should have. And if you're a championship contender, you got to have. This is one of the reasons why I said the Packers should sign Ryan Tannehill in July. If you're a contender, you got to have a quarterback that's going to go in and not derail your season. There's a potential if Jordan Love's out long enough, this could derail the season.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ben, you're right. Goody definitely had a misstep when he decided that he was not going to bring in a vet. Well, I guess he brought in a veteran kicker, but I don't believe he really brought in. Well, let me take a step back. Because we don't have honors anymore, Greg Joseph, he signed Greg Joseph thinking Greg Joseph could potentially at least compete for the job, but obviously Greg Joseph wasn't the guy for the job. So I agree with you on that. The quarterback position, I'm not going to sit here and act like the Green Bay Packers didn't invest in the quarterback position. The guys that they had on the roster during training camp, every quarterback that was, I said the top 3 quarterbacks on that roster with Michael Pratt, Sean Clifford, and Jordan Love were all drafted individuals. That means they used draft capital in order to try to get some guy to develop into a backup quarterback. It did not go the way that they expected. And instead of sitting there and trying to say, well, we'll try to find somebody or sign some old dude that we can kind of just shuffle through like everybody else does, he found somebody else that Brad just said has high ceiling but needs some time to develop. And unfortunately, he was thinking that he would have time to develop him because the Green Bay Packers, I think a lot of NFL teams look at the season as glass half full and thinking that things are going to be A-okay. So absolutely, I think Goody should be kicking himself right now because there is nothing that we like. We haven't seen it yet, but there's no doubt in my mind that had he known going into the season, he can look into a crystal ball, and they were going to be told that Jordan Love was going to be out for a couple games, the Packers would have invested more in a more solidified backup quarterback in the NFL. He would have did that, but instead they did the Packers way, and this time the Packers way did not work for them yet. We got to see on Sunday.
800-990-3776. Are you upset with Goody like I am for the plan that he has in place for the Green Bay Packers?
So if Malik Willis goes out there
in the quarterback
and
position.
plays poorly and they lose
yeah.
on Monday, will you – what's the best way to phrase this? It's clear that Goody made a mistake, or were you willing to give him a little bit more time to allow Malik Willis to play more than one game?
I want to see Malik in 2 games.
You want to see 2 games, even if it's bad the first
I want to see 2 games from Malik Willis because I believe that regardless of how bad it is the first game, I mean, if it's atrocious where it's pretty obvious and evident that the game's just moving too fast for him and he is actually putting our team, our chances in jeopardy of actually winning a football game, then absolutely he doesn't play again. But my belief is that I feel like from one game to another, we'll see Malik take steps in the right direction. Again, he's only been here for 2 weeks, right? This is the 3rd week that he's been part of this football team. And so I will not say after this game that, oh, we got to throw him out, he's trash, he has to go, because I do think there's some positives that he's going to be able to display, and this will give Matt LaFleur an opportunity to say, okay, we got to see you when everything was flying around. These are the corrections we're going to make, and these are the adjustments we're going to make, and we're going to have you go out there more prepared against the Titans.
Here's another part where, like, that worries me, right? So if he does end up playing poorly, right, and they end up losing, I feel as if there's always a opportunity for a backup quarterback in the first week when they don't really know what he's going to do. You do see these backup quarterbacks come in and have a great, first week. But then what happens, Brad?
Film.
Oh, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
No, I'm just saying, it's a trend in the NFL. I could go back and show you examples.
It's true.
Yeah. And when you prepare for someone or know tendencies and know what the team's going to do, and you've been prepared, the Titans have been preparing for this moment, not just as soon as comes, last Sunday.
Shortcomings.
They've known that they've had to put in different things for their first couple opponents, and now they are going to try and change what they're expecting from Malik Willis, but they don't know, and that's the advantage that a backup quarterback has for week 1. But then when you see what they're trying to accomplish with packages they put in specifically for Malik with Jordan out, then you can start scouting and planning for a better game plan defensively. So if he plays bad with the unknown of what he's going to be, which could be an advantage for him, I worry even more.
See, that is the scary thing, that if the Packers are going to win a game, the greatest likelihood is that it's this Sunday. It's not the next week. When
What?
The Titans, think about it. The Titans have more film on him, and he's been there for years, Kyle. They know exactly what Malik Willis is.
There are 22 guys on a football field, and I understand the quarterback position is the most important
by far.
The most important position, but at the end of the day, we're acting like the Tennessee Titans are going to be able to go out there and say, oh, yeah, we're going to shut Malik Willis down completely. No, they're a bad football team.
But what are the Packers with Malik Willis? You don't know that.
Well, I hope
they could be average to below average.
I'm hoping to see if
you yourself, if they had to play a 17-game season with Malik Willis, they would be in competition for a number 1 overall draft pick.
I believe that this defense is going to have to rise to the occasion, and I have seen them before in the past. Now, the defense has been completely and very inconsistent, but there has been moments where they have shined and they have showed their best. So the defense has stepped up in moments like this before for the Green Bay Packers. But overall, the reason why I'm not furious with Goody like you are, because it's a backup quarterback. I'm not going to spend too much time concerning myself on a backup quarterback. Most backup quarterbacks are trash. If they weren't trash, they would be starters. So, again, I'm not going to spend too much time harping on the fact that we have a bad backup quarterback. He hit where it mattered, and that's what Jordan Love.
Let's hit Dirty Diana on the phone lines, 800-990-3776. You're up, Diana.
I have a couple questions for you. First of all, happy birthday, Brad.
Thanks, Diana. Appreciate it.
And this question is for Brad, too. How in the world could he make it in the NFL, or how did he even get in the NFL if he can't call plays, he struggles with the football? How does that work?
Great question, Diana. Well, he had a great college career at Liberty. He really did. GMs fall in love with potential They really do. GMs love potential. They would rather take a guy that has a higher ceiling and less ready than a guy that's more ready and a lower ceiling, because you just look for playmakers anywhere you can find them. And you always think, my coaching staff will be able to get him right. They'll be able to coach him. They'll be able to put him where he wants to go. So you have a certain level of patience. If everything that Jen has heard is true, you have a certain level of patience with a guy like that if the potential is off the charts. It seems like Malik Willis's potential is indeed very high. So the Tennessee Titans had a lot of patience with trying to get him going. Now, eventually they ran out of patience and we're going to cut him, and that's where Brian Gutekunst walked in and says, now he gets excited. Okay, I can take a guy like that. I can shape him. The Green Bay Packers know how to develop a quarterback. That's why he made the decision. It just happened way too early to put him in there.
Yeah, Jordan Love had a cannon arm with a lot of accuracy issues, and guess what he turned into?
Yep.
Troy chimes in, I'm sorry, guys, but a backup quarterback should not be a work in progress. That's just crazy. We could easily end up 0-4 to start the season if J. Love is out 3 weeks. I think it's situational, right? If you're in a position like the Packers are, where you have high aspirations, you need a better plan than somebody who is a work in progress. Some teams do carry 3 quarterbacks, not many anymore. There's the emergency quarterback, practice squad quarterback. You look at that for more of a work in progress. It is nice for a younger quarterback to have a veteran in the locker room that if he does go down, he can come in and help put the Band-Aid on for the Green Bay Packers. Happy birthdays to the voice of reason. That's from Ernie in a barn. And we'll get to Jason Wilde on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Milwaukee County, you need to shovel the pathway to the lake, okay? I had to step through snow in order to get to the lake.
I think Kyle's the Karen of the show.
I think
he's high maintenance, for sure.
I think Kyle pays taxes in the county of Milwaukee that just went up, so I expect for this stuff to be piled.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Pizza Hut just changed the combo game with the new My Hut Box. Get your choice of a 2-topping personal pan pizza, a half melt or a full melt, and your choice of either boneless wings or fries. It's the ultimate solo meal starting at only $6.99. Craving pizza and wings? You got it. Want melts and fries? You got it. Because this meal is all about you. Perfect for a speedy lunch, a relaxing dinner for one, or anytime you're on the go. Head to pizzahut.com to order your My Hut Box today. That's pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
At the Home Depot, we know Saturdays are for college football. That's why we have everything you need to never miss a play, like Bear Dynasty Interior Paint, their most durable one-coat hide paint ever. From a team color statement wall to a fan cave, complete with a mural honoring Nick Saban's 17-year dynasty.
Hey, I like that idea.
Nothing beats Bear Dynasty Interior Paint. It's everything you need all in one can.
Defend your game time with Bear and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Valid only when tinted to colors from the Bear Dynasty and Marquee Interior one-coat hide color collection.
With NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, you can watch every game, every Sunday, all in one place. Which means you can watch the Dolphins, and the Broncos, and the Lions, and the Cowboys, and the Jets. Or whoever you're rooting for, all in your living room. But not literally, of course. That would be dangerous. Watch every game, every Sunday with NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV. Sign up at youtube.com/NFLST. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games.
You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. Jim Rutledge here. What is a better buying experience? Well, that's the thing. You get to define it. It is the experience that is customized to you. What experience do you want at a car dealership? They can be your trusted friend or your trusted expert. So if you're in the market for a new or new-to-you Silverado, Colorado, Blazer, Trailblazer, remember, you're only minutes away from a better buying experience. And that's at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
Gold medalist and ESPN Madison foodie Matt Hamilton here to tell you about Metcalf's Market. As a proud Wisconsinite, you know I support local, and it doesn't get more local than fourth-generation, family-operated Metcalf's Market. Renowned for offering an extensive selection of local and premium quality foods, it's the best place to shop for me and my family. Where family tradition meets commitment to quality, sustainability, and supporting local communities, head to one of their locations today in Hilldale, near Westtown Mall, or Wauwatosa. Metcalf's Market. Bring local home.
Get energized with Water Joe. Healthy, clean, guilt-free energy. Water Joe has 0 calories, 0 sugars, 0 artificial sweeteners, and 0 carbs. Simply purified water infused with a kick of caffeine. A great alternative to sugary sodas, sugary coffee, or energy drink. Pick up a free liter of Water Joe on September 14th and 15th using your Kroger Rewards app at local Pick and Save locations. No off flavor, no sugar, and no additives. Just water and caffeine. Hydrate and energize with Water Joe. Water with the work ethic.
The biggest names in the basketball world.
Dame Dollar Lillard.
Having fun and honest conversations.
He puts it in the shoe, right? And sets the tone for brothers and sisters and family.
Every week, Thanasis Adetokounmpo sits down with special guests on Thanalysis Show. Presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel.
Fantastic.
Find Thanalysis Show on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. And on YouTube by searching Thanalysis Show.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, brought to you by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL, on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Cause these dancing feet don't cry to the rhythm they cry for you. And every Saturday night that you ain't keep my tears blue. And these blinding lights, they shine so bright.
Live from Raising Cane's in the Brookfield area off Capitol, it's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, the birthday boy, Brad Nortman. And we're excited now to be joined by Jason Wilde of Wilde and Tausch. Listen to Jason 9 to noon across these very stations. And make sure you stay tuned to a lot of our programming, especially Green Bay Game Day with Alex Strofe as Jason Wilde joins the second hour of that show, getting you ready for the Colts game this coming weekend. How are you, Jason?
I'm great, but not as great as Brad Davison. Brad Nortman. We were talking about Brad Davison on our show today. He was there at Wisconsin longer than Brad was, so he's. I don't know why I had him on the brain, other than we talked about him on our show. Happy birthday, Brad Nortman. How old are you now? 46.
Dang, that's disrespectful.
Well on my way. I'm the youthful, vibrant age of 35. 35 years old. So it's
you should
a good
still be
day.
punting.
Jason, I shouldn't.
Why'd you do that? Why did you do that?
Now I'm going to go languish over that idea tonight. Jason, and speaking on the birthdays, the gift I'm most excited for, the only gift I really want this year is a leaf blower. I'm super excited for it. It's supposed to arrive tonight. I can't wait to use it. It's certainly revealing my age, though, that I'm getting excited over a leaf blower at 35. Is there a gift that you've asked for, whether it be birthday or Christmas, that you're like, yeah, that's someone that is, someone an older would appreciate and like, that starts to reveal your age?
Wait, so did you get it for yourself, or did Lexi get it for you? How does when it's being delivered? You probably had, knowing you probably had specific, specifications that you wanted it to have, how many horsepower, whether it was a backpack style, so
Jason,
is
you know
it even
me
a
so
gift,
well.
really?
So I'm going to qualify it as a gift. So Lexi did get me other gifts. She's a really good gift giver. So she went and got me other things. I don't know what they are yet. I'll find out tonight. But for everyone, for everyone else, like parents, family, when they're like, what do you want? And I'm like, I want a leaf blower. They're like, we'll just give you money towards that. And Jason, I researched the CFM numbers of it. I've got brand specificity that I'm all about because it's going to go with all my other tools. So I did a lot of research for it. And so I went ahead and ordered it for myself, and I'm tracking it right now. I can't wait for it to arrive. I might even open it up tonight. What do you say? It's a good way to celebrate.
The UPS app. Oh, it's almost to my house. I can't wait. Okay. Well, that's very much on brand, but I do take pride in my gift giving, so I'm glad that Lexi took it upon herself to not allow you to just get yourself a leaf blower and be done with it. So that's awesome, and we didn't have to turn that into a PG-13 rated conversation like we did. I'm sure she picked out some great gifts.
For sure.
Jason, I do want to get into the conversation we've been having about Malik Willis, right? I don't know if you've heard the audio from Jen Latta on Wisconsin's Morning News talking about some of the people she's talked to. Strophe, real quick, do we have that ready? If not, I can summarize.
I've got it.
Let's play it for Jason.
So here's what I got when I was talking to folks around the Tennessee program. He's a great kid, well-meaning and polite, soft-spoken. Hard
I'm
to
not
hear,
interested in any of those
100%.
things right now.
But have you ever? Are you familiar with the compliment sandwich?
Yes, right. Yes. However,
right. Hear me out. Struggles with football. That is an actual sentence I was given by someone who is familiar with his game. Struggles with football.
When you hear that, Jason, what do you take from that?
I don't know what that means. I mean, look,
me too. I thought you were going to play the longer cut strophe because she goes into at Liberty, never had to make a play call. In Tennessee, the center had to make all the play calls for them. So I guess where I was going to try to go with this is, how hard will it be for him in this offense specifically with the way that they have their style of offense and different reads and whatnot? Obviously, it'll be a dumbed down, but is he set up for success in this offense versus Tennessee's with how dynamic it may be, even though it'll be still dumbed down?
I don't know about any of that. I'm going to say this though, and I think this is really important, and I think this is very applicable to what has played out with Jordan Love, and why, if you are a Packers fan, even if Aaron Rodgers got on your nerves, even if you wanted them to trade him a year or two earlier because you didn't like him or because he was douchey or whatever it might have been in your mind, the fact that Aaron Rodgers stayed here and played the 20, 21, and 22 seasons while Jordan Love sat behind him and only had to start one game was the best thing that could have ever happened to Jordan Love. And, Jordan and I have talked about that on a few occasions. And I think Malik Willis serves as the photo negative of what could have been for Jordan Love. Now, again, I'm not saying they're the same player. I'm not saying the things that the people said to Jen would apply to Jordan. But what I would say is, from the people that I've talked to in Tennessee, their plan was to draft him. They had Ryan Tannehill. The idea, remember, he was just drafted in 2022. He is entering his third NFL season. And their plan was they draft him. They think they got a real bargain in the third round. He has 2 years to sit behind Ryan Tannehill and develop and not have to play, just like Jordan Love did, right? I mean, I always bring up how bad he was in training camp in 2020. And I know he didn't have an off-season program, but that was not the reason why. He had so far to go. And so then in 2021, they wouldn't have begged Rodgers to come back if they knew for sure that Jordan was going to be ready for it. But they needed Rodgers to come back in 21. He won another MVP. Then obviously they choose to bring him back in 2022. They signed him to a new contract. So that tells you where they were at with Jordan after the back-to-back MVP seasons by Rodgers. Well, none of this did Malik Willis get to experience. Instead of sitting for 2 years and becoming the Titans starter this year, this would have been year 3, in an offense that would have the same offensive coordinator, the same head coach, the same general manager. Instead, Nashville becomes dysfunction city for the Titans. They fired John Robinson, the general manager who drafted Malik Willis, who, by the way, is one of Goody's best friends in scouting. So that makes you think that they probably talked about this kid and have a better, and Goody has the ideas based on what John Robinson told him of what he's capable of being. So they fire the GM that drafted him. They hire a new GM who then goes out and drafts Will Levis, that's not exactly a birthday card that you're giving to Malik Willis. It's, hey, we don't think you're good enough. We drafted another guy high instead, right? We want our guy. They had a coordinator in 2022. Then they had a new coordinator in 23. Now they have a new coordinator and a new head coach and a new offense in 2024. And he gets traded to the Packers, where he's on a new team with a new offense. So do I think he's going to go out there and throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns? I do not. Do I think that in some alternate universe, those things that those folks were saying about Malik Willis aren't as accurate because he got to learn in the darkness, not being forced to play? I mean, he played like didn't play well in the 3 starts he made in 2022 as a rookie. He admitted to us yesterday he wasn't ready. And so, to me, this is all just a challenge of circumstance. And whether or not he certainly holds some responsibility for that, but the bottom line is that had he been able to develop the way they intended for him to develop, he'd be in a much better place than he is now. And I don't know if his talent will ever show through. But, for those folks that are saying he struggles with football, again, I don't know if they would still say the same thing had he had 2 years of uninterrupted, not having to play, learning the game from the ground up.
Yeah, and Jason, I got to be curious. He's only been there for 2 weeks now. How are the rest of the teammates embracing him? Because I feel like that might be indicative, right? Of are they rallying around him as I expect they would to say, you know what, Malik's our guy. We're gonna help him out ever we need. Or is there a bit more of a somber tone of like, oh boy, here we go. We lost Jordan Love, our leader, and Malik Willis is a big question mark. What's the tenor of the teammates in the locker room right now?
Well, I mean, Brad, they haven't lost Jordan Love. I mean, he still might play.
But for this week.
Or so I've been told. No, the door's still pretty open, right? Isn't that what they've told us?
Yeah, that's
true. So again, they can take whatever approach they wish, but I don't find that to be particularly convincing or believable. But, look, I think in talking to a few of his teammates, I think he's a really likable kid, right? I mean, it's kind of what Jen was saying, that it's not like people don't like him. I think it's more of a factor of how realistic is it and how good is he capable of being given the circumstances. And, again, I think this falls on Matt LaFleur. Now, whether or not Matt LaFleur wanted to trade for Malik Willis, he is never going to say anything about that. But my gut would tell me, based on some of his reaction, that if they were going to acquire a quarterback from outside the organization, he would have liked someone who was a little more of a proven commodity and a little less of a project. And I do wonder if there's part of him that thinks that they might be better off with the idea of Sean Clifford starting. And I wonder how long his patience will be with Malik Willis before he gives him the hook if he's struggling and goes to Sean Clifford.
Well, Jason, we appreciate all the insights, and we know we got Rich Bisaccia coming up over there with you, so we'll let you get to that, and we will talk to you on Monday and be listening to you throughout the rest of the week and weekend.
All right, happy birthday to you, Brad Nortman /Davidson.
Thanks, Jason.
All right, guys, take care. Be good.
Jason Wilde, listen to him on Wilde and Tausch across these various stations from 9 to noon. Coming up next, the day after the 1-year anniversary, my former co-host, Greg Scalzo, will be joining Kyle Brust and Nortman next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman.
If I was as tall and as talented as you, if I could shoot as well as you could, both them teams would have won. Because you know what? You did a fake punch, you said, in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
And I would have did fake point. I would have took it to the house. I would have scored a dang touchdown.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Is your computer so slow you can hardly use it? Does it have blue screens, malware, viruses, reboots, hardware crashes? Sound familiar? Computers will have problems, and when they do, you need the computer experts at Madison Computer Works. Every day we help home users and businesses keep their computers and networks running smoothly. For solutions to your computer problems, call the pros at 231-8000, and we'll turn this into this. Madison Computer Works. Computers that work for you.
This truck season, think about all the things you can do in a Chevy truck. You'll be able to... Or you can even just... With impressive towing, incredible bed and tailgate functionality, and multiple powertrains, Chevy trucks have what you need to get things done. When you want to do it all, Chevy's got you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Shower your loved ones in flowers with Feli's Flowers. Voted Best of Madison by People's Choice, Feli's is Madison's award-winning and local florist. Get the perfect gift for your loved ones this month with their September specials, like 50% off trees, shrubs, and perennials, or $50 off 2 dozen roses for September. Fall mums are also available. Head to Feli's Greenhouse in Fitchburg today, or view their full selection and delivery options at Feli's.com. Feli's Flowers, growing locally since 1949.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit, hims.com/joy.
This is Devin Robinson from Badger Volleyball, here with Madison's best roofing, siding, and window company, Ridgetop Exteriors. I protect the net at the field house, and they protect your home. They're trusted, local, and affordable. Go to ridgetopexteriors.com today. That's ridgetopexteriors.com.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison, home of the Big Win and Madison Casino Guru, is transforming guests into winners. Making an ordinary day into a big win day is easy with a 95% average payout. And with over 140 daily jackpots, the number of people winning has never been bigger. So what are you waiting for? Escape to Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison for your next big win.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Brian here from Canopy Wealth Management. At Canopy, we create strategies that are tailored to your needs and goals. We've invested heavily in client-friendly software so your assets and plan progress are available to view in one place at any time. Whether you prefer only the high-level information or enjoy the intricate details of the planning process, we've got you covered. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. ESPN Milwaukee's Big Boss.
Purple's not a freaking color in the rainbow!
The only one who holds Ben accountable.
You're cheating the system! I'm not!
Welcome to Thursdays with Greg Scalzo.
Happy Thursday!
On Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
We are live from Raising Cane's in the Brookfield area off Capitol Drive. Kyle's been stretching and walking around to walk off the food. Birthday boy Brad Nortman here alongside myself. Alex Stroh for the Gruber Lofts' One Call That's All studio, joined by the handsome, the wonderful Greg Scalzo. Welcome into Kyle, Brust, Nortman, Greg.
Thank you, gentlemen. Why are you guys never here when I'm here? Every time I jump on this segment
true.
now, you guys are gone.
Strange.
Now, this is the first time Ben's been on in weeks.
Isn't it a good thing that your team of people is doing their job so we can be out with local advertisers promoting their brands and driving results?
It
is.
What
you want?
Well, this is the first time you've been out at a local partner of ours.
That is true as well.
Helping out. Usually it's just me, Brad, and Kyle here, and you're off golfing somewhere.
Well, and I'm glad that Ben introduced you and even used the word handsome, because, Strofe, do you have the audio that we talked about in break where Ben will glowingly talk about Greg Scalzo when we were at Potawatomi, and I know Stroph's going to get it in a minute here, but he talked about how basically he longed for Greg Scalzo, and we were talking about how it's time to turn the page.
Yeah.
You're with a new relationship. Let that old relationship go. Now I
hate to say it, y'all aren't as cute as him.
I asked you, Greg.
Wow.
It seems like Ben is still not over Scalzo and Brust and not over you. Please tell me that you are in a headspace where you're like, you know what? I love Scalzo and Brust, but I'm looking on to greener pastures.
Well, here's the thing is I think Ben's done with Scalzo and Brust. I think he's just not done with me. You know, like I'll be standing next to him when he gets married. Yeah, I'll be the best man at his wedding.
Cool.
Oh, wow. Is this true?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So wait a minute. Stroke can't even get an invite, and we got a guy who's the best man with us now, huh?
That's true.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
I don't know
He's
if I
getting
was
red over
supposed
here.
to blow that, but you guys, full 1 year anniversary for KBN here. Congratulations to all of you guys. You made it a year. So many great memories. You guys jumped in Lake Michigan twice. You're all committed to doing it again this year. Which is very exciting. No, that's what I heard.
Greg,
That's what I heard. That's what I understand.
Hey, no, I very specifically asked my boy Stroke. I said, Stroke, make sure we cut that so we can have Ben specifically saying I, not we. I ain't jumping in that nasty water this year.
You know, it's a core value of ours to follow through, and you guys said you would jump back into Lake Michigan if the Packers started 0-3 and made the playoffs.
Did Ben speak for you on the show or no?
No.
Exactly.
The dynamic was a little different on our show.
Well, we need
I
to
didn't
bring
really
that
have a
dynamic.
voice on that show.
We need to take your voice away because ain't no way in the world you got me jumping in that lake 2 years in a row.
Strophy, if you have it, let's hear me reminiscing over the one Greg Scalzo. Is that
true?
Is it bad that at some days I miss what was my co-host?
Yeah, you should break up with your current co-host then, is what it sounds like to me. Go back to the
I
end.
thought you were talking about something else.
We were together for 7 years. We haven't even made it 1 year as a show.
But you got to appreciate the newness of life.
I love it. At what point have I not said that I...
Oh.
Yeah. At what point have I not
That's
said
when you're getting
that I...
What happened? They had a brain fart?
I was trying to make you guys feel good, but also I knew I wasn't doing that.
Yeah,
Have
you
I
weren't
not
sincere,
said
and I
that
love this.
It's like anything in life, you know? You have one thing and it brings you to the next thing. And Scalzo and Brust brought him to you all at KBN. So don't blame me for what you're with now, but he's a different man.
I definitely do.
He still dresses like he's going to 6th grade picture day sometimes, like he is today. But you know, he's a new man. He's a father. He's a soon-to-be husband.
As we're talking to Greg Scalzo here, it's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. We're live from Raising Cane's. Kyle, anything else you want to complain about?
He's still learning, by the way, he's still learning how to reset. He just stopped the show to give you guys a hand signal right there. But
Greg, here's one thing that
I take back everything I said.
I'm a
Screw
little,
this man.
Yeah, I'm a little confused by this, Greg. How is it that you work with this man that like to use what are the wipes? Man wipes?
Flushable wipes.
Flushable wipes that he does not flush. How is it possible that you set me up to work with somebody who does not wear drawers, but then on top of that, when he does number 2, he doesn't flush the flushable wipes. He puts them in a garbage can next to him. Why did you not tell me this?
Well, you should have been listening to the show because I lamented about that for many times on the air. I still think that's more disgusting than when he went through, I don't even want to call it a phase because it was more of a lifestyle where he was urinating in Gatorade bottles and then putting them under his bed.
Sick individual.
But yes, the poop-filled wipes that sit in his wastebasket for days at a time is one of the more repulsive things
Greg,
that I can encounter.
Greg, power rank these things that are disgusting from Ben Brust. You said the peeing in water bottles.
Yep.
The wipes that are not flushed. He didn't brush his teeth for 3 days.
That was bad.
I know that's a fact.
That was bad.
What else? I think there's one other one. Didn't you not shower or something either?
Well, it was not shower, brush my teeth, or any of that.
So how would you power rank even just those three?
The
like
wipes-
most to least disgusting.
The used wipes in the wastebasket's got to be at the top, and then
It's
you'd go.
disgusting.
Then you'd go with the Gatorade bottles, which to me is more of a feat in laziness than even being disgusting. Like the fact that he
called
would like
efficiency.
sit up on his bed when he was 6 feet away from a bathroom and just go into a Gatorade bottle as opposed to just using the restroom and coming back into bed is fascinating.
He's building a collection of peeing bottles, Greg.
Yeah,
What would you do with the bottles? Just
Dispose
pour
of
them.
them.
Well, you'd pour.
No, I drank all the Gatorade bottles and I'd save them underneath the bed for when time came.
Yeah, but then when you peed in them, what would you do with them?
Put the top back on, make sure it's nice and tight so pee doesn't get anywhere.
But then would you open it up and then pour the pee in the toilet?
No,
I
you just throw
them in
them out.
trash.
They would,
that's terrible.
They would sit for days.
That's terrible.
Days,
At least
Kyle,
put the pee where
weeks.
it's supposed to be.
Come on, bro. You had
I saw some things swimming in that pee after a couple weeks.
Time out. Wait a minute. You had bottles that you urinated in your room for more than a day.
Well, this has been a productive segment, hasn't it? I wanted to get Greg's thoughts on Malik Willis, the Green Bay Packers, the Wisconsin Badgers, but instead it's you set me up to be with Ben.
You're disgusting.
Here's the thing, though, is I will say, like, Ben is, despite all of his flaws, he's like a golden retriever where he's still lovable somehow in that way.
Very true.
You know, Ben is the guy who a couple weeks ago I was he had nothing to do, so he came over to my wife's aunt and uncles who are down the street from us, right? And,
no!
And he walks in. He's met them a few times. He walks into their house, and they've got one of these welcoming homes where, like, as soon as you're there, you just want to hang out and have some cocktails. And her uncle's like, "Hey, Ben, can we grab you something to drink?" And he's like, "What do you guys drink?" And I think we were just drinking like whiskey neat or on the rocks or something. And so and he's like, "Oh, I'll do something with whiskey." And he looks and goes, "Do you know how to make an old fashioned?" And next thing I know, he's like, "Yeah, do you want it? How do you want it?" And Ben tells him. Next thing I know, he's got my wife's uncle, who's retired, standing up, getting up from his chair, muddling cherries and fruit. Nobody else is drinking an old fashioned, mind you. Muddling the cherries, muddling the fruit, asking him how
God,
he wants
it was so
making him an
good.
old fashioned. Ben proceeds to sit in this man's chair in his living room
no.
while he is
no.
up making him his old fashioned. Ben's got his feet up watching football while he's working
You a lie.
away
No, he
on it.
didn't.
Despicable.
And then he hands him the
No,
old
he
fashioned, and Ben is just happy as can be.
You didn't move?
I didn't know it was his chair.
Oh, Ben, come on now. You saw the man get up. Oh, something wrong with him. Something's wrong with the man. It's the man.
Greg, any football or strong takes you've been holding in, for the last 2 weeks?
I think if Jordan Love is the guy that everybody thinks he is, then this injury doesn't matter. He's going to be so good that team's going to end up being in the playoffs anyway.
Dang right he is.
Yeah, but
Ben's
it's
jumping in Lake Michigan.
It's a lot of pressure on him. So I think, I think Malik Willis, Sean Clifford, it doesn't matter. Like, just prepare for some losses coming up. You just want Jordan back as quickly as possible and see how good he really is.
As a fellow Badger alum, Wisconsin got any chance this weekend against Bama?
I just want it to be competitive, Brad.
That's so miserably sad.
Yeah, but look,
Just awful.
it's year 2. I want to see if the defense can step up. I think we know that the offense is a work in progress. I think Longo and Fickle have to get on the same page. I still think Fickle's the guy. I think some of the younger guys, I'd rather see them cutting their teeth now as opposed to trying to battle for 6-7 wins, but 7-8 wins, I should say. But I want to see what this defense, which I do think is good, looks like up against Alabama. I don't think it's as bad as people's worst fear is, but I do think, that this team is still very much a work in progress. So I'll be there on Saturday. I'll be rooting for the Badgers. I'll be at the game. Very excited about that. But yeah,
cool.
It's going to be a test of wills here for the Badger squad.
Well, Greg Scalzo, we appreciate your lies here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, and we look forward to talking to you bi-weekly on Thursday. And maybe I see you in the text line, we need some Grateful Dead music for you. Maybe you can pick your song. How about that?
I will work with Strofe on that. You're an extraordinary producer.
There he is. He's Greg Scalzo. He's the big boss, and he's the one
Happy
who holds
1-year
me
anniversary.
accountable. There he
Thank
is.
you, sir.
I got to give a shout out to Road America because I love Road America because I can get away from everyone that I know and camp out and be by myself, not get made fun of, and then just camp out and eat food and drink and enjoy my time. The Aaron's Art of Wheels is this weekend, the 13th through the 15th. And again, kids 16 and under are free with a paying adult at the gate. I can't emphasize that enough because the affordable family fun is unmatched at Road America. Go to roadamerica.com for your tickets. Today, we do the rare triple interview. Jason Moldy to Greg Scalzo to Molly Brown from Jim, Matt, and Molly. That's coming up next on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from Raising Cane's.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
You throw hands?
Do I throw hands?
With T.O.
Will I?
No,
I throw hands with Andre the Giant, man.
I love you, Lou. That's Lewis from the north side. The north side always knows.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.